Strategic pricing experts advise B2B companies to set prices based on their tangible economic value. This value-based pricing approach has proven to be more profitable than either traditional cost-plus or competitive pricing methods. It begins with a value model, which quantifies that tangible economic value of your product. In this video, we'll take a look at the key concepts and how to build a value model in minutes with LeveragePoint, even without any previous pricing experience. You can think of a value model as an objective business case that compares, from your customer's perspective, the cost of using your product versus the competition. LeveragePoint uses a best practice value modeling technique known as economic value estimation, or EVE, which has been employed by consultants and industry leaders for over 20 years. A value model is based on the intersection of three basic components: your offering, the target customer, and the competitor. Your offering is more than just your core product or service. It is important to consider all associated services, terms, and access that you provide to the customer when they purchase your offering. Overlooking them may lead you to underestimate your value. Next, decide who your customer is and who you are competing against. This is important because value is both relative and contextual. Relative, meaning that buyers always compare your offering to a number of alternatives, including in-house solutions and even doing nothing. So choose the most likely rival for your customer's affections, what we refer to as the next best competitive alternative, or NBCA. By contextual, we mean that not all customers are alike. Large global customers are different from small centralized customers. Innovative high-tech customers are different from low-cost customers. The impact of your offering is going to be different for each customer because each customer is different. Next, define your customer's business metric. Not how you price it, but how the customer measures their success. To take an example from the construction industry, a manufacturer may sell its product by the roll, but customers will evaluate it on a square foot basis. Since the value model itself is customer-centric, it is usually easier to start with the customer-driven metric for your unit of measure. Here's what this looks like in LeveragePoint. In step 1, define those three basic components of the value model: your offering, the customer, and the NBCA, including the competitor price and unit of measure. Though it is best to start with a customer-driven metric, note that you may later convert the entire model to another metric using the unit of measure option in the More menu. Notice the Help panel at the left with written instructions, video demos, and resources for background information, which changes as you move from one item to the next. Follow this step-by-step approach and be quickly on your way. But before moving on, don't forget to save. Now you are ready to dig into the real reasons why customers buy your products. Select or add the product features that this customer uses, and the benefits, why they should care. Remember to consider your entire offering, not just the core product or service. Then click Link to analyze and map the feature-benefit relationships. The benefits listed in the previous step explain why the customer should care about your offer. Now, translate those benefits into value drivers to quantify what those benefits are worth in actual dollars. But what exactly is a value driver? Let's break it down into 4 elements. First, the name. Describe the economic impact as specifically and concisely as possible. Instead of reduces cost of leaks, say reduces cost of schedule delays due to leak repair. Next, the verbal logic used to describe the economic impact, which explains how your offering achieves this result. For example, because the risk of leak is lower with our offer versus the NBCA, the customer can expect fewer costly schedule delays. The third element is the business logic, including each of the variables needed to quantify the impact and their respective symbols expressed in a mathematical formula. Remember that a value model is relative and contextual. Therefore, so is each value driver. The formula should reflect this, with a result which represents the comparative benefit of your offering versus the NBCA in the same terms as the unit of measure chosen earlier. Finally, quantify the impact. You may find the best data from a variety of sources, including an external data library integrated with LeveragePoint, such as IDC, an internal database, competitive intelligence and customer feedback collected by sales, or use your best estimate. Here, precision is not nearly as important as understanding your customer's business model. The numbers can be updated later. To get started, quickly populate your model with value drivers from our general library of over 100 examples, culled from real business cases. You can then easily adjust the formula logic if necessary. Click to edit the name of each variable, and use the drop-down menu at the right to change the unit to a currency, count, or percent, to convert it to a subformula, or to remove it from the calculation. For those pricing experts out there, click Add Custom to begin building your own collection of value drivers relevant to and available for use by your entire organization. Once again, remember to save frequently to avoid losing your work. The next step is for negative value drivers, allowing for in-depth analysis of your competitor's offer. For accuracy and credibility, it's important to include any unique costs associated with your offer, as well as value driver shortfalls versus the NBCA. That is, any features of the competitor's offering which add value for the customer, which either you don't provide or where they outperform your offering. Finally, use the Summary tab to view your value model in an intuitive, fully transparent chart. Uncheck value drivers to test dynamic what-if scenarios to uncover better ways to develop and position your product. Collaborate with remote colleagues in real time online, or use email links directly to your value model for later review. With this consistent and convenient approach, value modeling saves countless hours and scales easily, so any number of products can be modeled, not just a chosen few. Now you can align and leverage the collective insights, experiences, and latest market intelligence from everyone responsible for delivering margin for your company. Start capturing your value today.